Is Robert Irwin fake?
We'll see. Hey, I don't want to reveal anything too early.
Under all that khaki or khaki, however you want to say it, behind that smile and the never-ending positivity, is Robert Irwin, Australia's favourite son, a fake-ass bitch? We investigate.
Fake-ass bitch.
That'll get the youth in, right? Saying fake-ass bitch.
You just kicked him all away by saying that'll get the youth in, right?
Sure. We lost him. I got him with fake-ass bitch, and then we lost him. Robert Irwin, if you don't know, is the son of Steve and Terry Irwin, and until recently was Australia's favourite son. But now the online chatter has noticed a bit of a shift. There's a bit of a shift, and the question is Robert Irwin fake? Is everything about him fake? And I thought I'll speak to my friend about this because she might have some feelings.
Okay.
And I want to know yours in the comments as well. If you don't know Robert Irwin, he's a conservationist, just like his dad was. His dad passed away from stingray into his chest. He was very, very famous. He was called the crocodile hunter. And they have a zoo called the Australia Zoo. Now, for
beautiful zoo.
Stunning. So I've never been, but all the stuff I've seen online looks lovely. Now,
it's huge.
The family as a whole have been very, very talked about for many, many years. And obviously they got more famous with how tragically they lost Steve.
They're like Australia's royal couple, really.
Really.
Like they're Australia's royal couple
yeah.
and then royal family. And like when the kids were born, it was
huge,
documented. And there's like beautiful videos of Steve Irwin speaking about being a father and how much it matters to him. And that was it for him. Like it was animals and it was Terry and being a dad.
And he had a lot of enthusiasm, but also as Australians, we didn't embrace him first. He was embraced widely by America first. And we're going to talk about Robert Irwin and the turning of the tides because of what's been announced recently and why people might be turning on him. And I just want to figure out if it's just us being Aussies, oh, Poppy, or is it because maybe we think the mask has slipped a little bit and we just don't buy the bullshit that's been going for such a long time. So if you don't know, Robert Irwin, even though he's a conservationist and works at the zoo, which he would own with his family, he's been hosting I'm a Celeb, Get Me Out of Here, Australia. Oh, RIP, it's gone to God, like so many other things from Channel 10. And he modelled. He really broke the internet when he started modelling underwear. Was it for Bonds?
He did. He's way too young for me, so I can't look at him and be like, wow, what a slice. But of a different age, what a slice.
Oh, yeah, you definitely would have.
Congrats to him.
And that's a whole other thing online. When I was doing research on Robert Irwin today, the older women who say things about him and then other people who are like, ick, you're 40. So just like tone it down. And people are like, it doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. He's legal. And he's also...
They're like, he's going to find me.
He's also featured a lot on US talk shows like Jimmy Fallon. But his whole career really took a jump when he won season 34 of Dancing with the Stars USA. So with just like a few rips of his shirt, there's like a part where he rips his shirt open in one of the dances, and it broke the internet a little bit. You know, there's people maybe a little bit too old for him going, I'd love myself a bit of Robert. And he had his shirt. I'm not saying it. I was being the internet.
I don't know, because do you know why I know so much about Robert Irwin?
Because I like Robert Irwin.
About probably 5 years ago, you sat me down and you were like, I love Robert Irwin.
But
and
I
was like, what are you talking about?
No, I think I liked that he was like, he had a personality, right? And
yeah, you liked him on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, and I thought he had a personality and he was like spreading the good word of what Australians are. And he's very Australian. I know his mum's American, but he is like very, very Australian. And he also seems like his dad a lot, which I guess is genetics, but also like growing up around a lot of footage of your dad, he would, you know, and like kind of idolizing him, you pick it up. You'd pick it up. So he won Dancing with the Stars US, and that was only last year. Now, a lot has happened since, including he's going to host Australia's Night of Nights, the Logies.
Oh, yes, the Logies. I saw this.
Did you also see that the Hollywood Reporter Australia, which, side note, why do we have the Hollywood Reporter
that?
Australia? That's like someone
Doesn't make any
has
sense.
someone has like licensed the Hollywood Reporter name, tagged Australia on it, and then they did exclusive Patrick Brammall hosting the Logies, which was entirely wrong because a few hours later it was announced by the Logies that Robert Irwin was hosting. So they've only just launched the Hollywood Reporter Australia, which makes no sense. Hollywood Reporter Australia. Hollywood's not
Australia.
here. It's not here, guys. That makes no sense.
No.
It was only a few hours later that Robert Irwin was announced, and he is going to be the youngest host of the Logies ever. Now, the Logies...
How old is he now?
God, that's a really good question. I wish I looked it up.
22?
I think he's
22
only
or
22.
26?
I think
I don't know why
no,
I've got
he's only
22 in my head.
He's only... I think it's 22 because I saw that number today and I was like, that feels... He's 22. December 1st, 2003.
Oh, my God.
Gross. Gross.
Yeah, it took the breath right out of you.
So
I hate
gross.
that. I work with people who were born in 2002, 2003, and I'm like, I can't figure you out. I don't know anything about you as a
figure you
person.
out 'cause you can't
like
read them.
I just don't know. You're so young.
Now, I don't know how many people have put this together, but there's a website called TV Tonight. It's an industry website, and they talk about everything that's happening in Australian TV, but also like overseas as well. But it's Australian based. It's by a guy called David Knox. He's a TV journalist, and he does this April Fool's thing every year, and it's always really good. It's a really good, like, this show's incorporating this person's going to host this. And for April this year, this is way before it was ever announced in the Logies. He put up this, and it was talking about how it had a photo of Robert Irwin, and it said the Logies were moving to YouTube. And
I think I remember seeing this.
many people fell for it. And it had a photo of Robert, and obviously insinuating that he was the host. And that would make sense if it was moving to YouTube. But now it's not going to be on YouTube, by the way. But now he's actually the host.
Well,
and that goes to show that I think maybe an executive from Channel 7 just saw that and thought, I guess we could. So previous years, Sam Pang, if you don't know him, if you're an international wackadoo and you don't understand him, he's a comedian, he's a radio host, he's also an actor now. He's got his own TV show, and he's been great. The last couple of years, he's actually been really great. And the writing has been really strong. And now we're pushing in a different direction, and it's making people question Robert Irwin generally. And I don't know if this is just critics are growing restless. You know, the online critics are growing restless, and everybody just wants to, say how they feel about this specific topic of him hosting the Logies. Or is it just a very Australian thing? This guy's gotten too tall, he's doing too much, and we're going to knock him down. Tall poppy syndrome. Thoughts?
So people think, well, where does the fakeness come in? What's the theory that he's a fake?
So the theory is that he's too nice. He's too overly enthusiastic about everything. And I think the discourse, I tried to sort of lead it back to something, and I found an article on a Substack by Anna Keenan, and I thought I'd read a little bit for you. So the Substack, this piece is titled "The Problem with Robert Irwin." Great start, really great start. Okay. She doesn't say "fake ass bitch." That was my addition to the start of this video. But it points out that people are not perfect, and it seems that we idolize Robert Irwin and the Irwin family because of the tragedy that they've had to overcome. But she kind of goes on to say that we shouldn't give him a free pass or the family a free pass when they keep animals captive. They profit off them. And then she kind of gets a little bit distracted in the article for me when she talks about the royal family, which apparently he's close with. That's a big no-no now because they're, known racists and blah, blah, blah. Basically, we're putting Irwin up on a pedestal, kind of like Brooklyn Beckham because of how famous his dad is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Here's my thoughts.
Wow. We're getting to it.
Terry Irwin is Kris Jenner. She's a mummager.
Oh, yeah. She
always has been.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think people connect those two things enough when it comes to Robert Irwin. There have been articles before that have insinuated this that I've read because I remember he broke up with a girl and everyone was like, oh, my God, how devastating. And then there was an article that insinuated that Terry asked them to break up because she wasn't happy with the relationship or whatever. Now, that I don't know if it's true.
I feel like I read the same article and him and his mum were like going on holidays together.
He's not out of her sight. Yeah. So, whereas Bindi, she's gotten married and had a kid and stuff, and she kind of does her own thing. And she's gone and married an American man named Chandler. I mean, be more American. And he's like almost taken on Terry's role in what was Steve's life.
Right.
So, like, in that relationship, Bindi is the Steve and then Chandler is the Terry.
Right.
And they're very much in the zoo world and not like Bindi does some things publicly, but not as much as Robert. They've
anymore. Since she
Robert
became a mum, I think she kind of backed off a little bit.
Yeah.
And Robert's really being pushed as the star of the family. He's the Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. So if we're just going to compare this to something, I would just compare it to Kris and Kim. And Terry has seen a cash cow, Moo Moo, and she has just taken that and run with it. And if the Logies knocks on Terry's door and says, we want Robert, Terry's going to go to Robert and say, do this for the money, for the exposure. Like, even if you're not going to be good at it, even if you're not a comedian, you're not a host. Well, he's kind of a host now, I get. I didn't watch any of that. I'm a Celeb. I don't know how he does. Does he do well?
He's fine. He's very inoffensive.
So he'll be inoffensive at the Logies, and that's the other thing. Like, everyone's so scared of offending people now when it comes to award shows.
I think you need to have a crack, though. You know what I mean? Like, you need to have a crack.
You do, but the Logies aren't going to take any risks, are they?
Well, I guess Sam Pang has taken some risks over the years and cracked some jokes that have gotten some headlines.
Yeah.
So I think I think, look, the Logie, and there's a lot of people with their comments, and I'm going to get to some of them in a second about him hosting the Logies and not, there's a lot of people who say that they like it, but there is also some negatives. A bit from that Substack, actually, I just wanted to read you an excerpt from it, which you might find interesting. And maybe this is what sort of has, I don't know, stoked those flames of this family is kind of fake and why are we buying into this and we don't question them, we pop them on the pedestal. In this Substack, she wrote, to me, Robert Irwin is just another guy telling someone he loves them while keeping them caged up. Only in his case, that someone is more reptilian than human. He's just another guy telling us what he thinks we want to hear while benefiting directly from the issues that plague our world and associating with others just like him, people who benefit greatly from the world's atrocities. Is that really the type of guy you want to idolize and put on a pedestal? Haven't we had enough of men like that, the ones that get a pat on the back for being a great guy while still committing defending and directly benefiting from relationships with racist colonizers and keeping their peers in captivity? I don't know about you, but if this is the best we've got, I am seriously concerned for the future of mankind.
When did they post this?
This was back in April.
I think that this woman is like, this is a woman writing this, right?
Yeah, Anna Keenan, yep.
So come for Terry. Don't come for a 22-year-old boy who's been brought up in this world.
I can
come
see
for
that.
Terry. That is not a fair conclusion to come to with a young guy whose brain isn't even fully formed, who has had no other option in the world but to be raised in the spotlight. He didn't choose to be born into that family, and he did not choose to stay in the spotlight. Terry kept him in the spotlight after the death of their father. And I love Terry. I think she's I think she's done a great job with those kids. Like, look at those kids. They're caring for animals. They're raising kids of their own. Like, but come for Terry if you're coming for someone. You cannot just decide that you hate men so much that Robert is the only bad one in this scenario. Like, this to me just seems like she's just trying to find another man to hate.
Yeah, I think it's a comment. The whole article, and I'll link it below in the description if you want to have a read of it. I think the comment does sort of reflect the family, but yeah, Robert is singled out for this. And
well, the fact that she said he's another man who is, doing X, Y, and Z, sure, but what are you doing for the environment? Yeah. Well, what are you doing for conservationism?
I think her point, and I can't speak for her, but this is what I gathered from the article, was that we're idolizing someone and they're just as bad as everybody else, so why pedestal this person specifically and this family? Because is it all about conservation? Now, there's more on that in a second, because the conservation thing I think we can maybe question a little bit. So quickly, before we get to that, there's some rumors going around that he could be James Bond. Let's just put that to bed. That's not happening. That's not going to happen. Everyone needs to calm down. He was recently on MasterChef and he got paid quite a hefty sum just to appear on that. And this is where a lot of the discord online comes from, because people were like, why is he on everything? I think it's when you get saturated, people start to turn on you. We saw it with Pedro Pascal. You know what I mean? Like, he worked so hard for so many years, couldn't get anything, started to get a bunch of jobs, and he got a bunch of jobs, and then people were like, fuck this guy, I'm done with it. And, people were calling him a show pony, cringe. They would rather pick fluff out of their navel than watch him on MasterChef. And people also talking about how he will do anything for the spotlight. He is hosting a version of Dancing with the Stars. It's called The Next Generation, which they just filmed in Queensland. So he's hosting that. And there's also rumors that he's going to be the next Bachelor in the US. And that's why he couldn't commit to doing...
In the US?
Yeah, and that's why he couldn't commit to doing another season of I'm a Celebrity Australia. So there's a lot of stuff surrounding him, and I fully agree with you that Terry is this engine. His mum is this engine, and she is out there, and she is absolutely going for it.
Oh, I'm very excited, mate. Always make time for that. Are you kidding? I grew up as every Aussie does, watching the Logies, and my dad had a lot to do with the Logies. He had a couple of viral moments with a venomous snake, so I think it's only fair. I'm very excited, mate. Really, really excited, and I want to bring a little bit of that passion and Irwin energy to the Logies. I got to work in khaki somehow, mate. You do. Maybe a khaki tuxedo.
Can you see?
No,
you can't. You don't get the cringy. You don't get the it feels not real.
He feels like his dad. And did we do this to his dad?
Yeah, people did. Australians did. Australians really
it's
came
tall
for
poppy.
Steve.
It's once again tall poppy. To me, that is just Aussies to begin with. Steve is doing all this. He's a showman with his animals and his khaki, and Aussies are going, oh, what a fucking cringy showman. Get over yourself, whatever. And then eventually they're all about him, and then when he dies, it's a national tragedy. And I remember sitting on the bus talking to people about Steve dying, and I barely knew anything but I knew him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't see it as cringy. He could just be a nice kid, and I think people are not used to nice kids.
That's
anymore.
so interesting you say that, because there was another article I read that said that we're just not used to nice people.
I think so. I think we're at a point in this weird world where people are just kind of angry. And because he's not, and he could look, some of it might be fake. You know what?
Heaps of stuff is fake.
There probably is a part of him where he's just oh God, I got to go on the Today Show again, and I'm in my car keys again, and he's probably a little bit rolling his eyes about it. But at the end of the day, he also knows his bread and butter, and he knows that part of the bread and butter is that he puts a smile on and he's in a good mood. And maybe 95% of the time he is like that. And so he keeps it up for the cameras.
Maybe it's also a lack of vulnerability. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you want to see someone struggle. And I know this is awful. This is an awful thing, but this is human, right? This is very, very human. When we see someone go through something and then you go, fuck, okay, they really had to go through that and they've had a really honest chat about it. Then you feel more like they're a real person and not this caricature of an Australian who's an eco-warrior. So some of the comments, I won't even read the ones from the MasterChef episode because fuck me, people aren't doing well.
People are, and this is to what you said. Like, is it just that we are not, like, to that article? Is it just that we're not used to seeing nice people? We are not used to seeing nice people because we're all using our phones and internet so much to be connected to people that's what we're used to, these horrible comments.
So a couple of comments in regards to him hosting the Logies. Someone said, I can understand going for a younger host, but for me, he is like Vegemite. You either love him or hate him. They could have found someone more neutral. I disagree. I think he's as neutral as they fucking come. I really think that, I think the problem is maybe he is too neutral. Another comment says, this all feels like a Gen Z Daryl Summers. That's not a good thing. If you don't know Daryl Summers, he was the host of Hey Hey It's Saturday for many, many years and a bunch of other shows. And he's also, people thought he was fake for a lot of years. And there was like rumors of him being kind of a mean guy behind the scenes that I heard from the old Channel 9 crew. So who knows what's real there. We already know what we're going to get now, a safe, predictable, and dare I say boring host. Maybe that's what Seven want, but it doesn't make for good TV. And this one really has a crack at it. This is truly one of the worst decisions in Logies history, in television history for that matter. What an absolute disgraceful decision. The Logies is not just another simple hosting job. If it was, Robert would be more than capable, I'm sure. But as everyone knows, award shows are hosted by comedians usually with an acid tongue and sharp comedic wit, with Robert having none. After rejuvenation and hard work done by Sam Pang, they will take 15 steps backwards. What a nothing, safe beige host who doesn't know or have the skills for an opening monologue. Not that any of this is Robert's fault, but the 7 execs who offered it to him, I'm beside myself with complete disbelief. And the question I have is, are we just assholes now? Are we not very nice? I saw a video, I think it might have been like maybe a year or two ago, and they said, guys, Aussies are rude and they're not very nice. And there was all this discord online. Everyone was like, no, we're nice. We're friendly. Maybe we're not now. Maybe we are dickheads.
No, I don't think Australians are friendly. I don't think Australians are friendly at all.
Really?
I absolutely
I'm friendly to people when they talk to me on the street, though, and I'm not necessarily known as a friendly person.
No, I don't think it's about that as much as it is like the perception because we're so known for tall poppy syndrome, and I think it makes us really like come across as unfriendly. Like that person saying that they're in complete disbelief that they've cast him. What's going on in your life? Either absolutely nothing is going on in your life, and so now you're in complete disbelief over someone getting a job that you probably think you're more qualified for, or you have something so deep going on in your life that you're taking on this as part of your personality. Like, it's like when we were in radio, right? And no one was ever just like happy for you to get a job.
Oh, no.
They always had something to say.
Oh, of course.
Like, I get it because I used to be like that, and I had to work on my insecurities when it came to being an announcer or being a woman or being a this or that or whatever. Like, you got to work through your shit. And so until you work through your shit, you can't just be happy for someone. But like when we would get a job, there were people within our industry who were like, they're not qualified, or like they're shit. They're shit at that. They're bad. Yeah. So they shouldn't get it. And it's like, well, no, you just don't like our style. And it can be just that. but it's Australians are just so, we can't let anyone, it's like online, right? I see all these influencers like content creators on Instagram who are American who just go for it. They just go for it.
Yeah.
They love it. They're making content and they're, you know, and then they'll team up with a different content creator in America and they'll do a video together and they'll tag each other. And that's like a good big thing. Australian content creators very rarely do that because they're so scared of the other content creator being more popular than them. So we do not see that as much in Australian content creation because Australian content creators are so scared of each other beating the other one out.
I'm not
Have
scared
you noticed that?
Yeah, because obviously I've thought about like doing stuff with people for years, but you know what I'm scared of? People being not very nice. I'm genuinely scared of people because what is attracted to the television, movies, content creation in general, it attracts personalities that are a bit fucked sometimes. And I have a great track record of working with those courts. And it's the other way around. And so I'm terrified of doing anything. But I totally agree with what you're saying that nobody wants to have someone outshine them or get on a video and you collabing with someone and have them go, oh, this person's way better than that person. But that stuff, I don't look, online comments, whatever. You know, people are going to say whatever they want. And I think my question around Robert is, he says, and in this Today Show interview, he says something about like everything he does is for conservation, right? And I don't believe that line. I believe that conservation is a huge part of their lives, and I think that their families specifically have done so much for conservation. But I don't believe that everything you do is conservation driven. Like he says, all these jobs that I take are for conservation. That's like what he says. And I don't believe that, which then makes me go, that's clearly bullshit. So what else are you bullshitting about? And that's where I get a little bit caught with Robert Irwin and the spin.
I get that because it can't all be for conservation.
No.
I think majority is, and I think everything that he does gives him another chance to spruik the conservation thing on telly, you know, on the TV shows, on the YouTube, this, that, whatever he happens to be doing. But like, we don't expect other people to tell us what they're doing all of their things for either.
Oh, no.
Do you know what I mean?
No, not at all. But the difference is,
there's other hosts.
Yeah, the difference is
There's other hosts, and we're not asking Sam Pang, what are you doing this for?
No, exactly.
We're not asking.
No, I think the difference is that he's not going into it going, these are the reasons I do all these things for. Robert's served that, like it's kind of a veil of like hiding behind something of like, well, you can't come for me for anything because I'm doing it all for good. And that can feel a little bit
and that's
like
probably a defense mechanism for him because of the hatred that he gets. Like it might be a defense mechanism to be like, I'm doing this because of the conservation, because he's at the end of the day, this is a child star.
Yes.
So we have to remember child stars, their brains are not forming in the same way that regular kids are. They're forming in a completely different way. And he's been a child star, and we have to like compare him to a Lindsay Lohan or a freaking Amanda Bynes or something. And we don't know what this kid is dealing with behind closed doors with
idea.
Terry, with his sister, like with relationships and all of that. And I just think, like, I don't know. I don't think it's enough for me to go, he's faking it.
No.
Like, I don't think what I've seen of him is enough for me to go, he's faking it all. I think I more look at it and I'm like, I hope he's okay. Because, like, he isn't saying no to anything.
Yes.
And you don't want to see this poor kid get burnt out, or, you know, if he isn't dating enough, he's not figuring out anything about himself, or if he isn't spending enough time with his friends, he's not getting that social aspect. And to me, none of it is enough to make me go off him. And I think like people are questioning the wrong parts of him.
My
Like
last
that Substack lady.
thought is look, always been a stan of Robert Irwin. I think he does great work, and I think for someone who has been in the spotlight since literally his dad held him near a crocodile, or his birth. That was like he had to, that was a part of one of the episodes of the Crocodile Hunter. Crocodile Hunter. God, he couldn't sound more Aussie.
The Crocodile Hunter.
The creek came out there.
That's the Crocodile Hunter.
I didn't even. There wasn't a T in that. I didn't hit the T at all.
Nah,
Crocodile
there was
Hunter.
a D, I reckon.
Yeah, Hunter. Oh, fuck, mate. That's bad. But you know what would make me really connect with Robert Irwin? And I'm not saying he has to go full Prince. No, no, God. God, that'd be great, though. Great for conservation. I think the thing that would make me really connect with him is if there was just a little moment of him just going, oh, God. Like if someone asked him a dumb question on a red carpet, or if someone like TMZ bailed him up for something and he just went, oh, fuck off. If he did that, and just a little bit of which we know is in all of us. It's in all of us.
Yeah.
I know it's in Terry.
Yeah.
I know it's in Bindi.
Big time in me.
And you're big time in me too. And I just want him to be like, that's a dumb question. That's a really dumb question. I don't want to be offensive or anything, but that's a dumb question. Like if he really had just a little bit of the see you next Tuesday come out at him, oh God, I'd really love it. Because I think that's what is missing for the people see too much of the polished side and not enough of the real. And for Steve, for all of his polished, we got to see a lot of real. And there would be a lot of like, he fucked up, he made mistakes, he's done interviews where he talked about the mistakes that he's made.
Yeah.
And I would think just a little bit more of that real, because at 22 years of age, he's just too perfect.
But he doesn't, but that's the thing. Like, I don't know that he's had any time to fuck up. Like that's the
no, but like even if he's done, he's done with like, because think of the amount of interviews he does. There's no shit coming out about him.
Yeah.
There's nothing negative coming out about him.
Yeah.
There's like it's crazy to me that he is on point all the time, doing the best all the time.
Because he hasn't had a chance to like piss in a bucket in a corner like Justin Bieber because he's had no downtime. Like we need that moment from him for sure, but like. He doesn't have time.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have time to go out clubbing or doing the crazy shit where we do see the child stars fuck up and then we go, oh, they're a human just like us.
But even if
I
it was on a
genuinely
podcast,
don't
I don't
think
even
he has the time.
even if it was a podcast or an interview where he was just like, fuck, I'm so fucking tired. Like no complaints about how much work I've got. I'm all blessed, but fuck me, it's a lot. If there was just like a little bit of the veil drop for a second.
Robert, come on this podcast.
Come on, Bobby.
Mate. Like, just come on. We just want to talk to you about how tired you must be. You've got to be. I know you're a young whippersnapper, but it takes it out of you.
I saw the bags under his eyes on the Today Show cross, and I was like, you're really working hard, mate. You're really working hard. Anyway, as always, love to know your thoughts, specifically if you're an international wackadoo and an Australian wackadoo. I want to know your thoughts on this whole tall poppy thing. Because I thought maybe...
If you're an
maybe...
international wackadoo, tell us if you actually understood Crocodile Hunter.
No, they got it. They got it. Because tall poppy syndrome to me, I thought we were growing out of it as the world became a little bit more global. And it seems like maybe not here.
I don't think we are. I think the UK might have grown out of it a little bit more than us because the UK were known for it as well. But I don't know. I think it's still there. I think it's just still bubbling under the surface, the tall poppy.
We want to know. Let us know in the comments. And there's plenty more for you wackadoos right in front of you to keep watching. And if you want to join our Discord and chat with us further about old Bobby Irwin, so old at 22 years of age, you can. You can chat. The link will be in the comments below and also in the description. We'll see you in another one.